threw that one out the window and asked them to do another one for $40,000. So this is at a much cheaper rate, and I think that it'll be great for our city. So it's just as if she's an engineer or a architect doing services for our city. I think it'll be great for us.
Selectmen Cameron.
Can you tell us any more about maybe cities that you're doing work for now, or cities that you've done work for in the past?
Yes, in the past I was the director of Veteran State Program for the city of Hattiesburg. I served under ministry for 4 years. I was over all the grant programs for the city. Prior to that, I worked for the Planning and Development District. We covered 23 cities and 7 counties. So I worked for probably at least 15 to 20 of those different communities. Currently, I'm working with several cities.
Can you tell us who they are?
City of Canton is one of them. I have worked with Magnolia. I just recently submitted a home grant for the city of Magnolia.
Mayor,
Just a moment.
are you still under contract with Magnolia?
I'm not under contract with Magnolia, but I submit applications, home grants, as requested, just as the CDBG grant was done. They do use Ferguson as well to do their CDBG, but the communities that I'm under contract with, I do a lot more than CDBG or home.
So if Magnolia is using you like as a need be, could we use you like as a need be?
You all could, but it would be like 2 grants for the entire year that you all will qualify for my services to apply.
Why would it only be 2 grants if we didn't sign a contract, and it would be more if we did sign a contract?
As I stated earlier, all grants don't have administrative funds built into the grant, so I would not be applying for grants if I'm not getting paid for them. I would only do grants that have funds that the grant pays for, and CDBG is one of those grants, and home is the other one.
Are we through Selectmen Cameron?
I may come back.
Selectmen John.
This is approximately $7,200 a year. Where's this money gonna come from?
Comes from the general fund.
So will this start after the new budget year, or will this become effective today?
And it says October the 4th, 2018 through October 1st, 2019.
And that won't interfere with our hiring freeze or anything, huh?
This is a contract. It has nothing to do with.
Well, I know we had a freeze on purchasing and all that. I'm just trying to make sure that at this point, when this contract starts, it's not going to interfere with anything that we have in place at this moment with reserving or restricting our dollars.
No.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, thank you, Mayor. Ms. White, could you remind me again what would encompass the services per month that you would be rendering for the $600?
It's spelled out in that contract, research, grant application. Once grants are funded, you have to administer those grants. Different grants require reporting to this board and the mayor. It would be engaging on a monthly basis.
And I want to go back to the research. My question is, when you say research, are you researching specific grants that would be applicable that the city can apply for?
Yes.
Okay. And how many years did you say that you have been doing this already?
I have about 20 years of experience in doing grants.
Question.
How many
I have a
years?
question, Mayor. I'm sorry, Ms. White. What does this have to do with it being legal or not?
The question, Selectman Hill, with respect to whether it's being legal or not, is number one, I don't see in the contract of employment, and perhaps you can show me, or maybe you can, but I don't see in here where it says what services are going to be rendered for the $600 a month. Now, if you and the board want to sign a contract with respect to that being as ambiguous as it is, you know, you're more than free to do it. I wouldn't advise it. But secondly, my specific question as it relates to how long she's been doing it, the reason I'm asking the question is because if it is for research and Ms. White has been doing it for 20 years, my question is, would it not be that Ms. White would already know what grants that the city could apply for already if you've been doing it for 20 years?
So I can comment to that. First of all, let me apologize, because I submitted this contract August the 30th. It was my understanding that we would have an opportunity to discuss. I have no problem changing.
Well, I did too, I did too. That's why I said that we table it so that I could have an opportunity to talk to you. And let me just say this, if you want me to review a contract, that's what I'm gonna do.
Beforehand, or before the board meeting?
Well, Selectmen, I suggested that we do this, that I have an opportunity to table, that it was said that she is here. You asked that she come up, so we're discussing it now.
Mayor.
I have no problem with that, but
Okay.
I just figured
Mayor,
that
wait,
the
okay.
board meeting.
And
Go ahead, finish.
again, if you want me to review a contract, that's what I'm gonna do.
Selectman Johnson.
Okay, in all respect, here, this contract was submitted August 30th.
Yes.
Do you know when did you get a copy of this contract?
I got the contract when we had, what was the work session last week, we discussed it, it went out, and I have been reviewing the contract, and I wanted more opportunity, and I did not want to do it without coming to the board and asking the board to do it. I'm not going to go behind the board and do something without talking to the mayor and without talking to the board. That's not the way that I operate as board attorney in any respect. You know, I ask for the same consideration and respect as I also give it. And again, I wanted the opportunity to discuss it with you, which is why I made the request when you brought it up, Mayor, that I have the opportunity to discuss it with her privately.
I just think,
Selectman Cameron. Selectman Cameron.
Let's go back and look at August 30th, and let's go back and look at how the contract was submitted. Where did you submit the contract?
I submitted to the board, to the mayor, I believe, and to Councilman Block, or it was Councilman Block.
Okay, so did you submit to the board or to Councilman Brown?
To the mayor and Councilman Block.
Okay, but last week in work session, both of you said you didn't have the contract, correct?
is this a trial or something?
No.
Okay, well,
Fact-finding mission.
Well, I don't think we need to be going back and forth about when a...
And-
Wait.
When we go back to August 30th, and our attorney, the first time it popped up on any of my email or anything, it came from Selectman Brock. I just think that's a little weird, little strange way of doing business here in the city of McComb, when the Selectman submits a contract to the city clerk and the rest of us, and now the city attorney is asking for time to review it.
Well, I'm not asking for time to review it. I've reviewed it. What I wanted was opportunity, because I represent you. All I wanted was opportunity to talk with Ms. White so that I could clarify some of the terms. If the board is going to sign this, I want the best possible contract, that's all, for the city. Nobody's on trial, I'm not trying to persecute anybody, but I do want the best possible. If you and I needed to go back and amend the contract terms in any kind of way, if the board wanted to enter into it, that's all I wanted to do.
Okay, Selectman Williams, once again, I think that we should consider our attorney, that's why we pay her, that she can go over things when they come to the table. I think we should table it, let her review it and bring it back.
Selectman Brown,
Were we in discussion to table?
we are discussing the table.
Call for the vote.
Okay, it's been a call for the vote. All in favor say aye. Opposers nay.
Hey.
Okay, let me get the ayes and the nays. How many said nay? One. Selectman,
What was the vote?
5-1 to table.
Table.
Yes.
I didn't think we ever made a motion to table.
Yes.
Who made it?
Table. No, it's not a motion to table. We need a motion to table.
So moved.
Okay,
Second.
Who made the motion, Mayor?
Motion by, Cameron. No, that's the table. Okay, all in favor? Aye. 5-1. Aye. Okay. Consider approving the installment of lights on Evans. You have the paperwork there as it relates to the lights on Evans. We talked about that. Mr. Lambert talked about the lights on Evans. Can I get a motion in a second?
So moved.
Brown?
Second.
Hill. Any discussion? No discussion. All in favor say aye. All in favor say aye. Opposers nay.
Nay.
Okay, Tullett and Cameron nay on the light on Evans. Consider approving payment of the Office of State Auditor for performance audit assessment owed in the amount of $1,209.56. Can I get a motion in second?
So moved.
Cameron, Tullett, any discussion?
Mayor,
Yes.
give me just a second, please. Page 43 and 44, I believe. Have all these recommendations been met?
Yeah, we've passed all that up to the auditor's office in a letter form.
And one other question. I'm looking for an item that came from the court services. I don't see it here, but it involved, Madam Clerk.
Yes, sir.
Court services, they had a document that I don't see here that spelled out the individual's name and how much time they served
On your,
probation. Was that all probation, or did they serve some time?
you got from the report you got from the auditor's office?
Yeah, I think it came from court services, where Judge Smith had his signature on it.
Oh,
Was
that
that
was,
$500, you know?
yeah, that,
Yeah, so what about that one now?
Did he serve any time?
I can find out, I know he reduced the fine from 1,300 to 5, but I can find out.
Okay, see if he actually served any time, or if the individual was on
It's
probation.
all valid for you.
Okay,
I got them all.
that's fine. And what I was looking for was the amount that the judge knocked off. Yeah.
Because of third time?
Yeah.
I'll check
And
it out.
if it was for serving the time, do we really owe him that money?
Yes, I'm saying that money. Because the state assessment don't change, no matter what we do in our court.
what happened was the state assessment was $1,000, and when he reduced
You think he reduced it because he served time?
yeah,
Yeah, so I
yeah,
find
but that assessment, they've been clear on us that when it comes to the state assessment, we cannot lower that.
Mayor, is there a list of state assessments?
Yes, I have it all.
Yes.
Okay, and is there a list of city fines?
Yep, that's the one he can kind of adjust it.
Two different.
Right,
We have two
we gotta be state assessment, but the judge can reduce the city fine, but you cannot reduce the state assessment. So
But he gonna listen when the state is before he put that bill. Because our city bank was one thing, you said, with the state system, you cannot do.
Could you get us a copy of each one of those,
Yes,
the
sir, I
state
will.
and the city?
I will.
You want to put them in your box, Selectmen?
I may send it to you on your iPad, it's a lot of
That's
pages
fine.
wrong. I'll email it to you.
Okay. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposers, nay. Okay. Number 22, consider approving the Board of Mayor and Selectmen to borrow funds in the amount of $1,500,000 to construct MLK Gym. That should be MLK Gym.
Remove.
Johnson, Hill, discussion.
Mayor.
Let me get Selectman Thomas and then Selectman Brown.
When you borrow money, you got to pay it back, and I don't know if the city can afford to pay this back.
Okay. Selectman Brock, you were next.
Yes, in that motion, could we change that to MLK Recreation Complex?
Instead of
That we're
gym?
borrowing money for, now gym
Recreation.
complex at Martin Luther King Drive.
On one of the drive.
Okay, the motion is to change the wording. Mr. Brock, would you make that in a motion, please?
Yes. Motion to consider approving the Board of Mayor Selectmen to borrow funds in the amount of $1,500,000 to construct the Martin Luther King Recreation Complex at Martin Luther King Drive.
Second. Okay. That's amending the motion. Okay. It was a motion and second to amend the motion to include the construction of the MLK Recreation Complex. Discussion. Selectman Cameron.
Do we have a clue whatsoever what the MLK Recreation Complex will be? Do we have a clue what we borrow money for?
It was clear with a meeting that I had with Neil Schaefer that we are at a point where we can actually bring in an architect, and that we needed a amount in order that they could work up a design for the MLK Recreation Complex. You just can't just tell them to go and design something without them having an amount in their mind as to how much they can spend. So that's what this is for, in order that you can give the architect an amount and he then can design a facility that will come up to and hopefully not exceed that amount. Yes, sir.
Most of the time we kind of have a project and we say, we want a gym and a pool and this and that, and let's see how much it's going to cost and see if we can do it or not. This is kind of cart before the horse, in my opinion.
Well, all I'm saying is that due to we've gone through one or two stages on a gym, I looked at those stages and talking to Neil Schaefer, that it's time now to get an architect in, and that architect will need to know a dollar amount before he starts designing or drawing up the plan for that facility. Without that, he could go ahead
and design one for $1 or $3 million. So having a figure is what we need. You got your hand raised?
This is a discussion on the amendment.
This is a discussion on the amendment.
Okay. I'll come back after whatever we do with it.
All of this is in the discussion, because it includes that 1.5.
Okay. We have some drawings or some plans that they're gonna go out and redraw them, or we're gonna use some plans that
We have some concepts.
All right.
Now you're actually to that stage where you need an architect to come in, design the facility, but the architect needs to know the amount of money the city wants to spend.
Okay.
And that's that 1.5.
Okay. So if this passes or whatever, we're going to borrow the money, right? Is this gonna be from a bank or a bond bill?
That is a question that this board would have to answer. How are we going, where are you going to get it? Are you going to borrow it from a bank? Are you going to do GO bonds? What are you going to do? Selectman Campbell.
Next question. If we go to a bank or a GO bond, or we go wherever we go, does anybody have a clue about what payments are on 1.5, or where they're gonna come from, or how we're gonna sustain that? We had a press conference on how bad a shape we're in, and then we, a hiring freeze, a spending freeze, and, again,
if you go out with GO bond, you don't start paying those back until after a year.
okay.
And then normally GO bonds are paid through millage rates for debt services. And that's where it is paid from, debt service, millage rate. Yes, sir.
So is debt millage rates for debt services, is that saying like raising taxes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm good.
Yes, sir.
Bill, do you and Mr. Butler want to look and see whether we want to go bank or bond? You want us to decide? Mr. Butler?
I can do research on this and find out what would be the best way.
Okay. And you have it ready for the work session?
1.5.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, sir, Mr. Johnson.
So we're not gonna go down so he'll bring it back up next.
At work session, he'll have what it would cost if we wanted to borrow 1.5 from a bank or 1.5 from GO.
Okay, because at the work session, I heard that we hadn't even reached our borrowing capacity yet. If we wanted to do like a bond bill or something, so. Okay.
One other question there. Now, we can engage Neil Schaefer at this time about moving forward with first step of plans, second step.
We have to get an architect. Neil Schaefer's done all they can do. That's why.
No, what I'm saying is this: we can present sketches for him to take to the architect and say, this is where we want to go. This is the direction that we can go in, since this was decided over a year ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we got to get an architect. Neil Schaefer, as far as their involvement, they have gone as far as they can go. Now it's time to get an architect to come in, put together the plans and all that. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposers, nay.
Nay.
Who said nay?
What's the motion?
The motion is consider approving the Board of Mayor Selectmen to borrow funds in the amount of $1,500,000 to construct the MLK Recreation Complex.
Mayor,
And what Mr. Butler and I will do is come back at the work session and present, information as it relates to borrowing from the bank or going to GO.
Just so we're clear, Mayor, we were in discussion on the amendment.
No, it was on the amendment
Yeah, it was a motion, second,
to
discussion.
amend the motion.
But we never voted on amending the motion.
Okay. That was amending the motion. Okay.
So we're back to the
Now,
original
back to,
motion.
okay, consider approving the Board of Mayor and Selectmen to borrow funds in the amount of $1,500,000 to construct the MLK Recreation Complex. Now, all in favor say
Can we
aye.
have discussion about that?
Discussion?
The motion, second the motion.
Who did motion second?
Motion over here.
Second.
Okay, so the motion is to go borrow $1.5 million
That's correct.
without knowing where it's coming from, what a payment is,
Uh,
or what it's for,
It is already, it's for the MLK Recreation Complex.
which
And
we don't know
second-
what that is.
Second, it is, the cost will be brought back as to where and how we going at the work session. Okay?
Cool.
And this provides us the opportunity now to go and get an architect to start drawing up the plan.
That's right.
Mr. Hill, Selectman Hill.
All great questions, Selectman Cameron. I just wish you would ask those same questions when we did the 2015 bonds. It's quite fun that you sit over there and act like you've never done this before. So, you are very humorous tonight. We're doing that because this was the same thing you and the other Republicans, including the mayor, did in 2015. There was actually 3 projects at the time that nobody knew how much it cost. But this time, we set a limit on $1.5 million, and that's the only thing we're gonna spend it on for the MLK gym.
Cool.
All right.
Okay, are we ready to vote? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposers, nay.
Nay.
Voting 2. Announcement. Do we have anything else? Okay, announcement. The next work session will be Tuesday, October the 2nd, 2018 at 5:30. Next board meeting will be Tuesday, October the 9th, 2018, 5:30. There will be a special call meeting, because we have to do the end of the year budget amendments, and I will get notice out as to the special call meeting. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Okay, that was Cameron. Brock. Okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Selectman Hill, how much was that, when they borrowed in 2015?
What was in 2015, 2.5 million? Oh, 2.5 million.
We didn't have